Hey everyone, I hope you all are doing good and having a wonderful day. In this video, we are going to learn about how we can bypass file upload restrictions to perform a bunch of stuffs, right? So before going to this video, if you haven't checked out my previous video in which I have shown you that how we can bypass any antivirus by creating our own custom malware using Metasploit and some Python programming skills, then go ahead and check it out. The link is given in the description as well as you can see it on the right side of the screen. And now, with that being said, let's get started. So first of all, let us talk about what is file upload. What is file upload basically, right? So we all have seen file upload actually, right? So we all have seen such functionalities that lets us upload file on the server, like for example, change profile settings, right? For example, upload a document, upload a resume, right? Something like this. So all of these functionalities are known as file upload functionality, right? So normally when you're uploading a file, let's say you're changing your profile or uploading your profile, so whenever you're uploading your image or file, you need to have to upload a specific file type. In that case, it is actually an image file, right? So an image file can be a JPEG file, a GIF file, a PNG file, or a SVG file, or any files, right? So that are in image format, right? So this is what file uploads actually does, right? So the problem arises when the application is not handling the validation properly. Say for example, in the previous example that I've given, that instead of uploading an image, how about you're able to upload a reverse shell, right? Suppose that the backend is created in PHP, right? If you are able to upload a PHP shell using that particular file upload functionality or upload an image functionality, then we will be able to execute commands and ultimately get remote code execution on the server. Pretty scary, right? So this is what the impact of file upload vulnerability is if it is not properly configured. In this video, we are going to see that what is the modern approach, or what is the best way to bypass file upload, right? So let's get started. For that, I have created a lab. Here it is. So it is created in Node.js. So let's try to see that how we can bypass file upload restriction on this particular application. So let me just open my burp suite right over here. Here it is. Let me just start the step. Now we're good to go. Let me just refresh it. Here it is, right? Let's try to upload a file. For example, we're going to upload an image. Let's say, let's go to downloads and let's say I'm going to upload this wallpaper, right? Let me just turn on the intercept, click on upload. And as you can see, there's this request going on, v1 API upload. So this is the file name .jpeg and this is the file, right? So this is the actual image that is getting sent. Now if I just send this to repeater and let's just intercept the response, let's try to analyze what will happen if I send a valid image. As you can see, we are getting file uploaded, right? Let's power this. It's showing that file is uploaded, right? Now let's take a second scenario in which we are going to upload a random file, not an actual image file. Just go to browse and let's say, for example, I'm going to upload this particular executable file, right? Let's click on upload. Just wait for a few seconds and here it is. Let's just intercept the request, sorry, the response as well. Just wait, and as you can see here, it's saying that unsupported format type, right? Which means that it is not allowing us to upload anything except for an image, right? Let's try to see the common bypasses that we can do in order to bypass common misconfigured file uploads. So let me just go to repeater over here and let me just zoom it. Here it is. And first thing first, so this is an image, right? Let's just intercept a request of a random file, not an actual image. So let's say win piece again, right? So upload this. Let's just intercept and send this to repeater. And let me just maximize it now. Here it is. Let's try to do .png over here. Sorry, not here. Right over here. Let me just go all the way up. Let's do .png. As you can see, again, it is saying that unsupported format type, right? Let's do dot svg, right? So these are the format of the extension of an image file, right? But still it is not allowing us to upload, right? You can also play with this content type. If I type image slash jpeg, let's see whether it is getting us bypassed or not. Again, it is showing that unsupported format type, right? Now in those cases, what can we do, right? So it is very important to understand how the application is knowing that whether this particular file is an image or not, right? So let's try to do a small experiment over here, which I'm going to do now. So for example, let's upload an image file, this one. Let's click on upload, and let's just change the name to anything. Let's say testing, right? But instead of jpg, we are going to do html, right? We know that html is not an image format, right? Let's see what will happen, whether this application is allowing us to upload this file or not. Let me just go and check the response. And as you can see, this file is getting uploaded, right? Despite the extension is not the file extension of an image, but still it is allowing us to upload the file, right? So from this, we have understood a very great thing, that this application is not actually looking for an extension to validate whether this particular file is an image file or not. Rather than it is just checking the file content, the content inside the file. So if the content inside the file is the content of an image, only then it is allowing us to upload the file, right? So now let's try to see that how we can bypass it. So we all know that this file over here, this content, all the contents over here is the content of an image file, right? So actually, if you modify the image file image content, let's say that if I type any, let's say process scripting payload over here, script alert, script close, we'll see that it's not getting us upload the file, right? Why? Because if you're modifying the file, the content of the image, then the file will simply get corrupt, right? In that scenario, what we can do, we can simply go all the way down. Let me just go all the way down over here. There it is. And after this line, let's try to add a JavaScript payload. Why I'm adding JavaScript payload is simply because we know that we are going to upload a file right over here. Just go all the way up, this file in HTML format, right? So we are going to execute an HTML command, basically you can say that. So let's try to see whether we are able to execute a JavaScript file or not, right? Let's see. So let's try script alert and script close, and now let's see, and let's forward this request. As you can see right over here, it is showing that file has been uploaded, right? So we're able to upload this file. Let's try to see and confirm whether we have actually uploaded the file or not. So we can go to uploads and testing.html. Just wait for a few seconds, and as you can see right over here, the XSS got executed and we were able to bypass this restriction. So I have recently come across a web application which was having this exact scenario where I was able to bypass this using this exact method that I've told you, right? So in many cases, you'll see that the application is actually not looking for the file extension, rather it is just looking for the content inside the file. So you can play with the contents like this and you will be able to bypass this particular mechanism. Now how we can fix this particular vulnerability? Actually it is quite simple. So apart from checking the file contents, we also need to check for the file extension, right? And if we do that, then our problem will get solved, right? Let's try to see the source code of this particular application to understand this particular functionality in more depth. So let me just go to the lab over here. Right over here, let me just open this index.js. Here it is, right? See, this is the code right? So this was a request. This endpoint was handling the upload functionality, right? So it is taking the file name, it is taking the original name, right? Then it is using this exec function to check the file type, right? Let's try to see what this command means. So if I type over here, let's say, let me just open it right over here. Let's say if I want to check the file type or of this particular file, index.js, then I can type file index.js. As you can see, it is saying that this is a JavaScript file, right? Let's go to views and uploads, where we have actually uploaded the files, right? And let's try to see the file types over here. So let's see. So we have testing.html, right? Let's try to see the content of or the file type of this particular file. Let's try testing.html, right? As you can see, despite being the HTML file, it's still showing us that it is a JPEG image data. Why it is showing that? It's actually quite simple. Let me just show you testing.html. Let's go all the way up and see, this is where we have added our payload. Let's go all the way up and we'll see that the bytes over here, let me show you right from the web application, this one. So this line is actually telling this particular Linux machine that this file is actually an image file, right? So this is also known as magic bytes. So because of this weak checking mechanism, we were able to bypass it. So if I just cat index.js, we'll see that after it gets uploaded, it's going to remove it and it's saying that file has been uploaded, and if it is not supporting, then it's going to say unsupported format type, right? So this is basically all about this code. Now the thing is, there's a small catch over here, and I want you guys to tell me the answer of it in the comment section. So there's actually one more vulnerability in this particular application, and it is a critical one, right? So let me know in the comment section that what is this vulnerability, right? And how we can exploit it as well, right? So when I was creating this lab, I actually found that vulnerability, and in exploiting it, I just removed all my project because of that, right? So go ahead and check it out. What is the vulnerability in this particular code apart from file upload vulnerability? I hope that you have understood it. If you have any doubts, if you have any issues, feel free to let me know your doubts or issues in the comment section. Also, do join our Telegram channel if you want to stay updated with the latest trends and technologies under cybersecurity and ethical hacking. And with that being said, keep learning and thanks for watching.